Okay, we're going to open it up to questions if anyone.
You don't have to ask any questions.
Yes, there's always a minute. I guess I'm just curious, was it a choice? Well, I guess it's not a choice, but have you had any women come asking to like intern in your kitchen or learn how to cook in that male space? And do you worry if they were to enter it that it would be a hardship being in an all male kitchen staff? Or
We don't have many, and I think that is the thing that in this industry is my biggest heartbreaker. Um, we do have one female. Her name is Rachel. She's a dishwasher, and um, I hope to see it change in Sacramento. And I'm not going to take away the fact that there aren't women that are in the culinary industry that are in Sacramento that aren't doing the damn thing, because there are. There's just not enough. There really should be more. And every kitchen in Sacramento should have a woman in that kitchen, if not multiple women in that kitchen. Um, it's funny because we think about the legacy of food, and I could say maybe the majority of everybody in this room, the person that cooked for you every single night was a woman, whether it was your mother, your grandmother, or an auntie. But yet that's not reflected in this culinary scene where we're taking, and I can speak for our restaurant, where we're taking family food and we're translating it onto a plate. So why is it that these so hyper emotional memories of food and eating aren't being translated by more women in this industry? Why is it then when we have culinary functions in Sacramento, they are so male dominated? And I'm not trying to knock men, but you have to understand that there has to be representation in what we do. And if you don't see yourself, you don't attain to do it, period. If my daughter wants to be in the restaurant industry because she sees her mother in the restaurant industry. Now, if you walk into a kitchen and you want to stage, you want to work, and you don't see a reflection of yourself, whether it's a woman, whether it's being Asian or black or Filipino, if you don't see a representation of yourself in that paradigm, then you don't think that you are allowed to be in that paradigm. And I think that's the problem right now with just my industry, and I'm sure other industries as well. Um, for Ian and I, the biggest thing that we do is that we are 150% invested in the staff that we have. So we keep a pretty small staff compared to other restaurants. And the first thing that we did was we took a look at what they were getting paid, and we jumped ahead of minimum wage being at $15 an hour. And we are working there. So I think the majority of our staff is either at $13 or $15 an hour right now. Then on top of that, we added that we're going to give you full benefits even if you work 2 days a week. And then on top of that, we said we're going to also invest in your retirement. You want to buy a house one day? Okay, we're going to start a 401 program. And so we'll match whatever you guys put into your 401k. So we said to the people that were there, this is your big girl and big boy job. This is not like the shit that you do just so you can get some money to go spend it at Forever 21 afterwards. So, because we treat it like a 9-to-5 job and give them the benefits that somebody that would work a 9-to-5 job gets, they take it seriously. But also, we have been really good about taking people that can be a cancer to our company out. And if you socially, emotionally, work-wise don't work with our family, you got to go. And it was funny because a couple weeks ago, I was talking to someone who's not in the restaurant industry, but they have friends in the industry, and they were saying, rumor on the street is you guys are hard to work for. And I was like, that is fucking awesome. That's a great compliment. I hope we're hard to work for, because every day, and Ian and I say it all the time, we ride our staff like they're wild donkeys in the desert. There is, every day you have to perform. Every day you have to come with your game face on. You better have, your water bottle, and you got to be ready to go hard in the paint. And if you don't want to do that, then you don't get to stay. And so, because the other staff sees that we're not just going to tolerate people that have no work ethic, that have no desire or drive to want to take this brand and push it and make it something amazing, they work harder, because they know you're not going to be working next to somebody that doesn't give a shit. And for us, that's what's worked. I don't know if you could take that and put that someplace else, but for us, that's what we've done. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting to every day to, be on top of people. But I think for us too, that when we take care of our staff like that, in a financial way, where they don't have to worry about, I have to be at another job because I have to work 2 jobs to pay the rent and this and this and that, it's kind of created a culture. Hello, Miss Ditto. Um, Speak up. And no. Yeah. I mean, say something. Yeah. No, I heard you, girl. I got you. I honestly, the time for us as women tolerating this behavior is done. It's done. We have to start making men uncomfortable when they say stuff like that to us. And I think that this is what we do, is that they say certain things to us, or certain behaviors, or do certain things, and we feel bad for making them feel uncomfortable for saying stuff to us. So we keep our mouths shut, or we say, oh, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to, I don't want to be that person that everybody hates, because I upset kind of the status quo. But it shouldn't be the status quo. The status quo shouldn't be that when you come to work, you're sexually harassed for 6 hours, or you're told that you're weaker than other male counterparts, or have to listen to, when they're talking to each other, saying, the examples that I had earlier, stop acting like a bitch, don't be a pussy, grow some balls. No, that's not okay. It's just not okay. And we have to stop as women saying, okay, we're just gonna be quiet, and I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable, and I'll just, it'll be fine because I'm going to clock out in a couple of hours. So we have to start making people that say things to us that are completely inappropriate, we have to start making them feel uncomfortable. Because when they feel uncomfortable, that's when they're going to start to change. Absolutely, absolutely, and that's something that I touched upon, is that we've been raised in this culture where we think that we are less, and so we say that constantly. And I have to mindfully every day make sure that I don't say those comments. Not to get off track, but we talk about politics in our restaurant all the time, and I used to say, Trump's such a bitch. But that's not what I need to say. I need to say he acts like a child, because bitches are rad. I would have, and I was young. I was really young. If I could relive that scenario over again, well, two things. One, I'm glad it happened because I walked out of there so damn mad that I literally, my whole career has been proving that guy wrong. And I don't know where he is today. I hope we can run into each other and I could be like, what motherfucker? But that literally, I'm glad that happened. I needed that fire. But knowing what I know now, I would immediately go in there and I'd be like, I'm so glad that I don't want to waste your time and my time, so I need you to step aside so I can find somebody else who I can have be my mentor. And it was just one of those situations where I didn't have a lot of self-confidence in who I was. And this was, not only was he physically bigger than me, but he, had his suit on. And I felt powerless. And so I felt I needed to leave. But now I know that it doesn't matter if he's 9 feet tall and has on, an Armani suit and I'm wearing sweatpants from Target, that I have just as much power as he. So for the first part, oh gosh, there's going to be a lot of arguing. I'm going to let you know. The thing that Ian and I do is that we constantly check each other. So when he gets a little hyphy, or when I do the same, we have made a promise to check the other person. And he will. He'll say, get off the floor. We need to go talk. And it's going to be a hard dynamic. And I don't know if we even have it perfect yet by any means. But the thing that we do is we constantly work towards it and we recognize it. And we don't, we probably over communicate, but that's our biggest tool that we use is we just don't stop talking to each other. We don't go to bed mad. We will talk it to death. We have gone past the trying to keep it quiet in front of the staff. And I think that's why our staff probably loves us more too, because we look like a bunch of arguing parents. But we'll go hash it out in the street in front of the office because we are just not going to let it fester. So we address every situation when it happens. Yeah, and I mean, probably to a detriment that we argue in front of them. But in my opinion, they see us working it out. They see that there was a problem. We didn't sweep it under the rug. We faced it. We argued about it. And even if it took 2 days, we worked it out. We came to a resolution, and now we're good. So with our children, the one thing that I make sure, and Ian makes sure that we both do, is that we tell them both that this could be the both of yours one day. It's not, because Isaac's a boy, he's going to get this, and Izzy, because you're a girl, you get this. They both have opportunities, and it's who wants to take it. I think their biggest issue with the two of them growing up in this restaurant industry is just the older brother, little sister dynamic, which is Isaac says, he says shit like, hey, I just want to let you know that one day I'm going to be the general manager, but you're going to have to wash dishes because you don't have enough experience. And that's just, that's sibling crap right there. I don't think that's gender role stuff. It's just, he's big brother and he wants to be the boss, so. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I will. And I say that because I have an amazing partner. I really do. I really do. He is my counterweight to my crazy, and I can be crazy. And so he is like, we are yin and yang. So, and I said it when we did what was it, the California Groundbreakers, was that where I might be, I'm the creative, and my brain is constantly thinking of stuff, and I'm going at a mile a minute. He's the creator. So I'm the creative, and he's the creator. So I think of it, and then he physically can help me manifest it. And so I couldn't have done any of this without him, and I don't think I could do anything in the future without him.